Time now for the Painter Channel morning news on this Thursday morning, September 10th, 2015. Good morning to you all this lovely Thursday morning, September 10th, 2015 here. Here are your news headlines here on our top story at 8:30 a.m. on this Thursday morning here is the two amateur cavers had to feel their way along the caves, wide the passage wall on their stomachs, spread an opening less than 10 inches high, ascended the jagged wall across the narrow ledge, attempted to drag his back and making forward 50% of the fossil found in African cave, a new species of human kid, says scientists. Conservative House Republicans are forced to abrupt a face from party leaders Wednesday as a real debate and resolution disapproving the Iran nuclear deal was scrapped in favor of an approach involving votes on three related measures. In Joseon, Japan, unprecedented rain in Japan unleashed heavy floods and flooding that tore houses from their foundations, uprooted trees, and forced more than 100,000 people from their homes. Donald Trump says that he was talking about calling Farionia's personal, not her looks, when they suggested that the voters won't select two only women in the GOP field because of that face. Stung by years of criticism that has called them Wall Street criminals, the Justice Department issued a new policy said Wednesday that prioritized the prosecution of individual employees, not just their companies, and put pressure on the corporations to turn. Seems that REM song didn't go out of the one-day law as Republican Donald Trump on Wednesday took the stage on a Washington rally to REM song. In Beijing, a Chinese man reportedly had lawsuit by the Islamic State group worked to advertise on TV protection and describes himself as free spirit and reader of Greek philosophy. Voted as goals into the race to become the next leader of the Labour Party and amid fresh warnings that the party could collapse if left-winger German Corbyn wins. The 3-month campaign ended at midday with the results of Saturday. Sana'a warplanes alliance bombed Yemen's capital Sana'a on Thursday in what witnesses described as the fiercest attack to the city over the 5 months of war. Hungary's army was beginning exercise to prepare for a possible future role in the guarding the southern border to try to stem the influx of migrants. Baltimore were paying their family of Freddie Gray $6.4 million to settle all civil claims as part of the trend nationwide, and they hope that settlements and police misconduct cases will spur reform. Attorneys for a white former police officer fatally shot at the daughter of a black man during a trial saga, expected to argue on Thursday because he released from jail before his murder trial because he posted no threat to the public. That should have along a busy stretch of Interstate 10 in Phoenix started August right after the boat out of nowhere struck an SUV, shattering glass, which injured a 13-year-old girl right in it. A series of suspicious text messages were allegedly sent on the day connecting couple Jeffrey and Janet Diamond disparate court documents reveal. Bank of England's policy maker said the UK's economic prospects remain positive and market turmoil related to China's slowdown has shaken their view at the time of a rate increase in importation. London world stocks and commodities moved back into the reverse on Thursday after 4 straight days of gains, followed a heavy overnight tumble by oil and more uncertain news from the China and Japan, but also from the Brazil and New Zealand. Income inequality remained a persistent problem despite prospects for U.S. companies globally, and according to the annual survey of Harvard Business School alumni. Since Biden, Heroku's Salesforce has tried to balance it with its internal force development environment. And now look at the stock market report here. The Dow, 16,253.57, S&P 500, 1942.04, and NASDAQ, 4,756.53. Astronomers at the California Institute of Technology have found a galaxy that more than 13.2 billion years old. As the next question is, why is it so darn bright? In 1813, the Russian-American company frigate never wrecked near Krizlov Island, Alaska. The survivors managed to live for nearly a month in the winter despite struggling to shore with almost some of its key to survive from. First sailor shipwrecked in Alaska in 1813. First sole U.S. icebreaker has ended its long journey to the North Pole and was printed trip all right. A U.S. Coast Guard icebreaker has, after a long and arduous process, found its way to the North Pole. The World Health Organization has warned against its discriminating use of antibiotics as it leads to resistance to medicines and treatment failure. Washington research involving genetic modification of human embryos found controversial, essential to gain basic understanding of the biology of early embryos that should be permitted, and an international group of experts said on Wednesday. New York people who have performed an Orthodox Jewish circumcision ritual no longer have to get parents' acknowledgments of potential health risks. The City Board of Health decided Wednesday to reverse a policy that pitted health. People with type 2 diabetes who smoke have a significant risk of heart disease, stroke, and death than diabetic non-smokers, a new study shows. Peter Channel News Time is now 8:35 here. And started off for a sports report here. The Boston Red Sox take 2-3 from the first place Toronto Blue Jays with a 10-4 win over the Toronto Blue Jays here. And tonight, the New England Patriots will square off against the Pittsburgh Steelers in a Thursday night opening night showdown at Gillette Stadium, game time 8:30 p.m. here. And the North Lancers boys soccer will open up their regular season against the Medway Mustangs at Norton High School at 3:30 p.m. The Big Apple has played host to the biggest and brightest stars in tennis for the past week and a half, but only 4 players remain in the 2015 U.S. Open as heads for the home stretch. Technically, there are 4 competitors remaining in the women's side of the 2015 U.S. Open as Thursday's semifinals approach. 2016 finally pitted on Thursday night. Hobbs, number 2 player in the world, Menace Fernando, who has been in U.S. Open semifinals before. Hell, a 23-year-old Romanian was a finalist in the French Open and Sadler finalist in Wimbledon last year. The longest rally in the match arrived at 30-11 to Venus in the third game of the set after 44 minutes of tennis Aiken market as lullaby. There's a lot of thinking about sports business executives what troubles the NFL endures during the offseason and melt away once the regular season begins. New York, the bad news of the weekend is the Toronto Blue Jays rolled in the Bronx with a #1 offense. It's measured by home runs in the major leagues. Floyd Mayweather caught using an illegal IV injection the day before and win over Manny Pacquiao, but he wasn't given exception until 3 weeks after a $300 million fight. Tim Tebow returns ESPN to serve as an analyst on SEC Nation. Peter Channel News Time, 8:36 on this Thursday morning here, and it is time for Trevor Report here. And let's start off out and around here. Where the Jamestown, Newport, and Bottle Bridges are looking good here. Route 4 to the northbound side, so from Route 43 to Route 95. 95 to the northbound side, so from Route 4 all the way up to 295 in the East Greenwich work area here. 95 to the northbound side, so from 295 and work all the way at the downtown Providence here. 95 to the southbound side, so from Texas to downtown Providence. 146 southbound, so from Lincoln all the way at the downtown Providence here. 295 on the southbound side, a little around Route 6 in Johnson here. 295 on the northbound side, so from Route 37 in Renton all the way up to Johnson here. 195 on the westbound side, so from Seacock all the way at the downtown Providence here. 610 connector south from Route 6 to downtown Providence here. That is because we got a couple of accidents here. 95 northbound accident before Route 146 in Providence, so expect some delays at 95 northbound to get around the 610 connector. And another accident, 95 northbound before Route 185 in Providence, so expect some delays here. 95 on the northbound side. Also, we get an accident on 95 southbound around 295 in Amber, so expect some delays on 295. Before 95 in Amber and 95 south is backed up from 495 to Miss, due to another accident here, all the way out to Route 295 in Amber here. Board and Sagamore bridges are looking good here. Route 6 is looking good from Sagamore to Orleans. 28 is looking good from Board to Fountain here. 24 to the northbound side is slow from Timothy all the way to Route 195 in Fall River here. 195 in both ends slow from the Fall River stretch here. 95 on the northbound side is slow from Sheridan all the way out to Route 128 in Kenton here. 24 on the northbound side slow from Harrison Boulevard in Avon all the way out to Route 128 in Canton to Route 3 to the northbound side, so from 228 Rockland all the way up to the Braintree Split. 128 to the southbound side, so from Route 28 in Randolph all the way up to the Braintree Split. Southeast Expressway to the northbound side is backed up for the Braintree Split all the way up to the Mass Pike. To be able to the both ends, it's slow. 128 to the northbound side is slow from Route 1 in Norwood all the way out to Route 20 Waltham here. 128 to the southbound side, so from Route 95 to Route 138 in Kenton here. 128 to the southbound side it is so from Linfield all the way out to Waltham here. To be able to the both ends, slow downtown Boston here. Mass Pike in the eastbound side it is slow from Grafton all the way out to Route 185 in Westboro. Route Massachusetts Turnpike so at Route 185 in Westboro. Route Massachusetts Turnpike is sold before Route 9 in Freeman and hit risk again from Natick all the way out to The Massachusetts Turnpike doing an exit here on the ramp to Mass Pike for Route 128. So expect some delays here. Route 1 on the southbound side is so from Revere all the way out to Route 93 in Boston here. 93 on the southbound side got an accident before the Zankin Bridge, so expect some delays here. 93 on the southbound side is backed up from Route 213 in Methuen, and it's stopped to go all the way out to the Zankin Bridge, so expect an hour and 45 minutes if you're on 93 south. Route 3 in the southbound side, so from Route 40 in Chelsea all the way down for Billerica here. 485 in the northbound side, so from Milford all the way out to Route Massachusetts Turnpike in Westbury here. 495 in the southbound side, so from Westford all the way out to Route 2. Route 2 to the eastbound side, so around Route 485 in Lowellton here. 495 in the southbound side, so from Lawrence all the way out to Route 93 here. 120 in the northbound side, a little slow for the Gloucester stretch. Up in New Hampshire, Spalding Turnpike is a little slow around after Route 4 in Durham, Newington, but otherwise, highways in the Granite State are looking good here. And the main turnpike is looking good from York all the way up in Augusta via Portland here. Peter Channel News Time, 8:41. Look at that MBTA alerts here. Subway system is looking good on the Conveyor Rail, Fitchburg Line, train 408, 7:15 a.m. from Fitchburg delayed today due to mechanical problems. Got moving 40-50 minutes late. And also 290 in the eastbound side, so from 146 in downtown Worcester doing an accident on 290 in the eastbound side from Route 190 here. And Providence Solar Line, train 803, 7:20 a.m. from South Station delayed today, 10 to 15 minutes here. And on the ferry sale, looking good except for Hingham Ferry trip 8:20 a.m. From Utica, Hingham to Roswell, Boston, experiencing 10 to 20 minutes due to mechanical problem here. Peter Channel News Time, 8:42. Time now for a weather report here. And look at that how's weather outlook because we're going to get a healthy amount of rain today here. Day 1 today tonight. There is a low risk of localized urban and port drainage flooding across portions of the region this afternoon and tonight. Showers and isolated thunderstorms with locally heavy rainfall will develop across western areas during this afternoon. Then push east tonight. The heaviest rainfall expected across north, central, and western Massachusetts and northern Connecticut here. And day 2 for 7 Friday for Wednesday, there will be a low chance for localized urban and port drainage flooded and more showers and isolated thunderstorms moving across. Sunday, Monday, the heaviest rain will fall across the Connecticut Valley to the east slopes of the Berkshires. The mainly sunny afternoon, early Monday morning here. As we take a look at the radar situation here, and it's closing in, and it shows some
Bridgewater, and this is a band of heavy showers and thunderstorms from Plymouth down for Colville and Carver, and down for Middleburg, down for Wayside Lakeville, and down for Dayton. And this is another band of heavy showers and thunderstorms from Meadowpoint and down for New Bedford, and down for Dartmouth, and around Calyard here. And one cell from Colville is going to head towards Halifax in the next couple of minutes. And another cell going to go towards Falmouth. So Falmouth, you're next in these line of showers and thunderstorms here. And you're seeing some spotty light rain west of Concord, stretching out of Rockingham, Vermont here. And this is a lot of light to moderate bands of rain right eastern Connecticut to head towards Windham, Connecticut here. And this is a lot of light to moderate bands of rain right Long Island. It's going to head towards Southern Rhode Island in the next couple of minutes here. Okay, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Today, showers and thunderstorms likely, then showers supposed to be a thunderstorm after 11 a.m. Punchy fog before 11 a.m. High near 79 degrees. And complete chance space is 8%. New rainfall amounts between 1.5 and inch possible. Tonight, showers supposed to be a thunderstorm maybe before 4 a.m.
The chance of showers and thunderstorms after 4 a.m. Petrograd Lower at 62 degrees and north facing about 3 to 6 miles an hour. Chance of 9%. New rain for about between a half and 3/4 inch possible. Friday, chance of showers and thunderstorms maybe before 9 a.m. Petrograd before 2 p.m. Otherwise, clouds skies about 0 degrees and north for about 8 miles an hour. Chance of 30%. New principal amounts between a quarter and a half inch possible. Except how amounts possible with thunderstorms. Friday night. Petrograd after 1 a.m. was most clouds skies about 56 degrees and light variable wind. Saturday, Petrograd before 9 a.m. was most sun skies about 79 degrees and calm wind becoming southwest wind. 6 miles an hour in the afternoon. Here, Sunday night, chance of showers may after midnight. Petrograd after 2 a.m. was most clouds skies lower at 60 degrees and chance of 30%. Sunday, chance of showers Petrograd before 9 a.m. Otherwise, cloudy most clouds skies about safe for about 62 degrees and chance of 50% on Sunday. Cutting it down to 30% by Sunday night. Here, Monday, parts of the podcast skies about 75, low at 36 degrees. Tuesday, Sunday, most clouds skies about 79, low at 56 degrees. And for Wednesday, Sunday skies about 80 degrees. Here, not temperature at 8:45, 76 degrees for most skies. Humidity of 88%. And that is going to be it for the Beater Channel Morning News on this Thursday morning, September 10th, 2015. Be with you. Have a good morning with a good positive. To do your noon time for noon time.